Shush. Hey everyone, welcome back to, surprisingly, more Grim Dawn playthrough. And, I mean, I don't think I did this quest on Elite or Normal. Slay the Chosen Guard in the Ashes. This is the last line of quests for the Order of Death's Vigil. And it's really fun. Like, it's a really fun finish off to the Order's quests. I don't actually know what Kaiman's has. That's something I do need to do. I'll let that hero live. Because we're kind of rushing, or at least we're going to try to rush in the Fort Icon to get this quest done. So, yeah, like, I don't know what Kaiman's quests are, and I should really do the Kaiman's quests on another character just to show them off. We'll help our guys out there. But for the Order quest, Kaiman's has this quest, though. It's the exact same quest. You come up here and gather up the ashes. But I think it does different things, because with this, we have to gather up the ashes, and then we aid in the summoning ritual to get Malkadur back. Malkadur being the avatar of the Order of Death's Vigil. Now, if I recall correctly, the reason we picked the Order of Death's Vigil with this guy was because we're heavily Aether-based with a lot of cold. Whereas we could have easily gone with Kaiman's Chosen because of the lightning damage that the Chosen have. They're sort of fire lightning. Fire lightning, I think they have bleed and physical thrown in there too. So they're very, very, like, commando. Very, very warder. And even a little blade mastery. Order is like cold, vitality, and aether. You can stop with the stuns anytime now, girls. So, yeah, Stormbearers, when they get a stack of Stormbearers, you know you're getting stunned. So the Order's more like for Spellbreakers and Sorcerers and pretty much anything that combines with the Arcanist, really. For our character we're playing in this playthrough in particular, he had a lot of cold, has a lot of lightning and a lot of aether. So I'd say we're dinging 2 out of 3 of our main damage types, and that's not bad. In fact, I think on our... No, not on our rings. Our rings I changed out the augments. Actually, I don't think we're using anything from either order. Really, I think with this druid character, we could have gone either way, because we're not using a lot from either of... We're just not using the faction stuff. I personally find Kaiman's a little easier to fight, too. Though the Iron Maiden, the Kaiman's Chosen Nemesis spawn, is probably the hardest, possibly the hardest in the game. Because a lot of times when you're playing with the Order as your allies, you're doing it more because you're a spellcaster than a melee character. And the Iron Maiden is really, really like, you gotta be super tanky to deal with her. Basically, you gotta be like a melee character to fight her. Whereas Xantarin, the Nemesis spawn for the Order, is more along the lines of like a caster. So a spellcaster could probably deal with him a little better. Because he eventually fills the entire screen with undead. He's a super summoner type. Like, The Order, if you let them gain any ground at all, they will fill the screen with skeletons. Of all types. Xantarin, like, does that himself. You let him get even a little bit out of control, which will happen because he's a Nemesis spawn, just skeletons everywhere. And that's just for me watching a video of him, like months and months and months ago, probably before any sort of buffing went in to make him harder. Because I think every Nemesis spawn got that going on, where they just got a buff to make them harder, make them more of a challenge. Yeah, so for anyone that's unaware, you click this torch to open up this wall, and then there's a breakaway wall back there, and you can go to another area where there is a devotion shrine. I suggest not going for this shrine at this point. Maybe we'll get more devotion points later and it'll be worth it, but this shrine in this place in particular requires one of each of the rare crafting materials. And I think there are better spawns to pick in ultimate difficulty. Or better shrines to pick in ultimate difficulty. So we had to fight Archon Bartholem? Yeah, I said that right. Bartholem. And again, you kind of don't get the item you want from his fight for this particular character. I'd much rather go for Malkadar's Dreadblade on a lot of these characters, but, I mean, the Archon's Maul, War Maul, you can get some pretty good rolls on it. Actually, that's almost a good one. If it were like Warped of Flames, I don't even know what the fire suffix would be, but if it were something like of Flames, Searing maybe as a prefix, just not cold based, it actually can roll really well. And having Warped on there, you can kind of go for Fire Aether. But he pretty much runs up to you and tries to hammer you. The Malkadar fight is actually a lot more interesting. So we need to go back to Sorrow's Bastion. The Malkadar fight is like a mini Muzalauk fight. Because he has like ice crystals. I think he has like a ice wave. It is very, very much like just fighting another cold boss. Now, unfortunately, to finish this quest, we do have to turn the quest in. And that sounds funny, but like the next step is the summoning ritual. And yeah, we just have to go through with it. I'd actually much rather just sit here and not do this, so we can save up our quest turn-ins for later. I mean, we only have 2, but it'll still be helpful later on. Now we come up when we talk to Soulkeeper Condris, and let's begin the ritual. Now what'll start happening is he's going to start summoning things. Well, he's going to start a summoning ritual to get Malkadar back. But because of this, it's opening a rift, you know, to the spirit realm, I guess. It just makes it easier for undead to come in. So what we need to do, essentially, is protect him. And nothing bad is actually going to happen to him if you die in here. But it makes for a really fun fight. It's much like the Death Room fight in the Steps of Torment, but much more forgiving in that if we die, we can just come right back in here. But yeah, all your greatest hits of undead will come in here. You'll get a Death Revenant. All sorts of heroes, yeah. Noveria Stormfire. Well, actually, Noveria Stormfire is, I think, unique to this part of the quest, because earlier in this quest, yeah, we'll get Haros Dread and Tenebris, I think, shows up sometimes. You get Bladderblah, Blood of Drieg, or whatever, Servant of Drieg. But yeah, Noveria Stormfire, she is the ethereal you go and kill in the canyon. Like, that's her spirit coming back to try and get revenge against you. Yep. So, Malkadar is now here. He is a pretty cool looking skeleton guy. He's not holding his sword though. That's unfortunate. His sword is a really awesome cold weapon. I have one on a character and it's really cool. No pun intended, but I mean pun kind of intended. So we complete the ritual. You'll get a epic out of it, so a progenitor. And now you're given a task to go look for clues to where Baruch went. Baruch being the... I'll keep the one I got. Baruch being the founder of the order. Awesome necromancer. I highly recommend reading the Fall of Arcavia lore to learn a lot about him. And for this last little bit, we have to go to Burwich Village and into Eastmarsh. He basically tricks the oligarchs. The oligarchs, like, capture him, torture him, and he won't die, because he's, you know, Baruch, he's a necromancer. He's the necromancer. And he won't die, he regens, he's like just tortured in only a way a necromancer can get tortured, really. And the oligarchs want the secret to his immortality. So he gives it to them. Kinda. He curses the oligarchs. And that's why when you go to the Arcavian Undercity, the oligarchs there as ghosts. Because Baruch put them there. Well, not put them there. They're bound there. I mean, it's magic, so they're bound there. And and they got their wish. They're immortal. I mean, they're cursed. Cursed with unlife. And that happening, that, you know, him doing that, basically caused the fall of Arcavia. And that's why Arcavia's in ruins. So Baruch was like, You're all pricks, and I'm gonna curse you forever, and you're done. You're all done. So you get for torturing me, Baruch, the necromancer. Now I'm kind of going at this in a weird direction that I don't normally go. I normally go in the lower left, or lower right, and then up, but we're going to come up here. You basically just need to get into the area with the bridges. Whoa, ow. Yeah, we need to get up there. So after Arcavia fell and Baruch went on his merry way, he started to like see signs of the Grim Dawn happening. So he came up to Eastmarsh to investigate. And when he came up here, his guardian was corrupted and turned against him. So when you actually read the lore here, you'll understand why Baruch's guardian is fighting you. There's a big tree in my way. That must be a new tree. I don't remember it being here the last time I was up here. So you get Urbruk's notes. There is a... Oh, hello. There is a lore piece right here. I think there are actually two for Urbruk's journals. I think we collected it earlier. It's like up here. And I just realized I haven't done the hidden path as part of this playthrough. So this is the game that really does keep on giving when it comes to quests. Because I haven't done the hidden path at all with this character. Not on normal, not on elite, and not on ultimate. That's 3 whole skill points and 3 whole attribute points I could go and pick up. But we'll do this, and we'll do Hargate's Isle first. And, you know, you can talk your way through this stuff, and you'll get some components, a crap ton of reputation with the Order, and a whole bunch of swag. So that is Order of Death's Vigil quests done. Here's Malkadur just standing around, still not holding his sword. And thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time for when we go to recover Hargate's formula.